Welcome everybody to tonight's Wi-Fi Freedom Call. My name is Kareen Chan and I'm very excited because we have two power couples with us tonight, and they are husband and wife duos who take both the Juice Plus products as well as share with their friends and family. And I would love it if my husband did this business with me, and so I'm hoping to get some tips and tricks as to what might encourage him to join the business, and we could just rock this together. So I have Jen and John Quack, as well as Jason and Charnel Manraj, and they are going to be sharing what about the products made sense for them, as well as what made them decide to start sharing with their friends and family, and what they see as their future with the company. So tonight's product and business information is going to be a little shorter than usual just because we have 4 co-hosts, and I don't want to have to take away any of their stories because that's the most powerful thing about these calls. So thank you for taking time from your busy nights. To be honest, when I heard about Juice Plus just over 2 years ago, while I definitely knew we needed more fruits and vegetables, a whole food capsule or chew did not seem to be the solution. I had never heard about it before, so instead I bought a juicer. And while I thought it was a good idea at the time, I was smart enough to buy it at Costco so I could return it a month later. It definitely wasn't convenient. It really wasn't that affordable. And what I've learned over the last little bit was that even though we were getting more fruits and vegetables as a result, what we were getting was produce that had been picked weeks early. I'm not sure if you realize, but the grocery store produce, I mean, we know now that the farmers markets are finally open. There's a big difference between what you grow in your garden, what you pick up at the farmers market versus what you're getting at the grocery store. So we did get started on Juice Plus. I ordered the capsules, the chewables, and as well as the shakes. And I loved that as an exhausted new mom, I could feed those products to my 11-month-old son at the time. That was big for me because while I thought I was getting enough fruits and veggies, I could definitely already see the pattern of a typical toddler diet starting. And so just knowing that he was getting in all those fruits and veggies was made me feel like a very empowered parent. What we noticed after a few months of being on the product was that I finally had the energy to keep up with him, and our immune systems were super strong. And that's priceless because as a parent, you don't get sick days. So we were super excited about the products. I definitely never, ever, ever saw myself having a career with this company. But what happens with a lot of people, and you'll hear it time and time again, is just that we fell in love with the products. I know for myself, I just got started for the discount. And then I thought of a few people that just maybe if I got brave enough to share with them, even though I didn't want to be a salesperson, that would sort of just help. I just realized that I wanted other people to feel as good as we did. And I didn't foresee where we are now with it, but I'm so happy that I was brave enough to share. And Jen is actually one of those people that I shared with right from the get-go. And that was hard, like I said, because I didn't want to be a salesperson. But every time I hear her share her story, I just pinch myself because I think, what if I hadn't shared with her? Or what if I didn't share with my girlfriend, Amanda, who shared with Charnel? Because you'll hear just that their lives have changed, just like mine. And so that's what tonight's about, is just sharing with you why those products made sense, what made us get started. Juice Plus only has 4 products. That's what I love. There's no catalog. It's really simple. We have the capsules and the chewables. Those have been around since 1993. To put it in its most simple form, it's just a whole food capsule or chew. They take the entire piece of produce, pit, peel, seed, stem, any part that's actually safe for you to eat. They pick it when it's falling off of the vine, so that farmer's market produce that's been picked in the last 24 hours that is just, you can eat carrots out of the garden without even washing them because they taste that good. They put it in a huge grinder. They make it into a slurry, and then they dry it at such a low temperature that it's still considered raw, whole food. It has all those live digestive enzymes, And when I open up the capsules into my little guy's food, I can hear it digesting the food. And if you've never done that, I would encourage you to do so because it's pretty awesome. And then they make it into a capsule or a chew. So we like to say that the chewables are for kids or anybody who just can't take the capsules. They've also removed the sugar during that drying process because it's a really large molecule. So that makes our product safe for diabetics. So as I mentioned, my little guy got started at 11 months old. Our products are safe for pregnant women, nursing women, even Olympic athletes. And that's because they contain an NSF certification. So we have an outside agency that's been coming in unannounced for the last 23 years, and they've never found anything in our products that isn't listed on the label. There's no chemicals, no pesticides, no molds. And what we're learning is oftentimes nowadays people aren't even allergic to the foods they think they're allergic to. It's actually what's on them. And I'm not sure about you, but that actually kind of didn't surprise me when I learned that. Because we're not eating, vine-ripened whole foods that are free of those chemicals and pesticides and molds. So it's pretty awesome knowing that we're getting in the variety, 30 different whole foods that are raw every single day just by taking 6 capsules or chewables. We also have clinical research on those capsules, again, that has been ongoing for years. And our company knew they had something special here, and they just wanted to set themselves apart. And so we have close to 40 gold standard clinical research studies that have been done. And they prove that the produce that you consume when you take Juice Plus actually gets into your blood, that your body recognizes it as food, and that it is bioavailable. So it's getting into your system and it's doing magical things. It's leading to heart health. It's contributing to things like reducing oxidative stress and decreasing the inflammation that our bodies have. It's led to healthier gums, skin, hair. It's just absolutely incredible. And the person who invited you tonight or sharing this with you can definitely give you more information. But like I said, we have these amazing stories we want to share with you. So we also have whole food shakes and bars. So our whole food shakes come in vanilla and chocolate. They honestly just taste like a healthy indulgence. And again, they're just whole foods. So I love that, I can feed it to my little guy and feel comfortable about that. We have bars, a chocolate fig, as well as a fruit and seed. And then we have a tower garden where you can grow your own produce year-round, indoors or outdoors, depending on where you live. I don't have a green thumb in my body. Mine is just absolutely thriving, like you can see behind in Jason and Charnel's living room. This beautiful tower garden that they're feeding their families from. Easy peasy, 4 products, that's it. And so it is simple when you're sharing because for the most part, you've tried all the products, right? And so you can attest to it instead of, I'm not sure what that is, or let me look on page 63 of our catalog. It's just awesome. And so I'm going to start by asking these beautiful families for them just to say just a short blurb. I'll start with Jen and John. What made you decide to get started? And what kind of positive benefits that you've noticed for yourself and your family, because they both got kids as well. Okay, I tried to unmute. They're now frozen. Might have to go to... Oh, there we go.
So I was actually very skeptical about starting on the product. I had just gone back to work from maternity leave, and Noah and I were getting sick all the time. And as a teacher, when you are taking sick days, it required me, honestly, taking care of Noah, trying to get him to go to bed, sick, and running into the school at 6 o'clock in the morning to get sub plans just to run back home before my husband could leave for work. So it was pretty stressful. And so we eventually started on the product, me and Noah. And within the first week, I noticed a huge burst in energy, which I didn't even realize I was totally lacking. And then over time, Noah and I weren't getting sick as often. I was feeling healthier, eating actually craving more fruits and vegetables. So I just love the product so much that I shared with my husband, and he can share his part.
Yeah, Jen, same as Jen, I was very skeptical even when she was taking the product. I didn't really understand it, I guess is the best way to say it. And eventually I started to see what it was doing for her and for Noah, and I said, you know what, maybe there's something to this that I'm not quite understanding. So, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? So I decided to give it a shot. And I was one of those people that when I first started taking it, I wasn't taking it every day. I'm not very good at stuff like that. And then Jen says, no, you have to make sure you're taking it every day. And so I started taking it on a regular basis, and I just wasn't seeing the changes that her and Noah were getting. So I said, you know what, forget this. And so I stopped taking it. And that's when I started to realize that what this was actually doing to me, because as soon as I stopped, about a day or so afterwards, I felt like I got run over by a bus. I wasn't doing anything differently. It's just, for whatever reason, I had no energy. I didn't really want to get out of bed. I didn't feel like doing anything. And I said, you know what, maybe this Juice Plus thing is actually doing something for me. And so I said, give me those pills back. Let's keep going with this. And yeah, I've been going at it strong now for, I guess, just over a year now. We've been taking it. So yeah, I'm happy I went back.
Yay! I can totally attest to that. It was the same thing. I didn't notice anything off the get-go, because I still remember Jen texting me a weekend just like super excited, and I was like, yay! But like you, John, if I forgot to take it, and even now, if I forget to take it, that's when I notice it. It's just crazy, hey? Crazy how good you can feel that you don't even realize.
I wonder if it freezes like that when she's recording.
Okay, I'm going to ask Jason and Charnel to share what made you guys decide to get started, and what kind of positive benefits have you guys noticed? And we're back. Alrighty. Woohoo! Gotta love technical difficulties, hey? Okay, Jason and Charnel, if you haven't already shared.
No,
You're up.
we're waiting for you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on. All right. What do you want us to start with?
So, what made you decide to get started for both of you, and just kind of what benefits you guys have noticed?
Okay.
Well, you started it, so yeah.
Okay. All right. So I joined the company back in April of 2015. As you had said, Amanda was the one who introduced it to me. And we just kind of felt like we were in a rut. We knew we needed to make some changes. We didn't exactly know what that change should have been. So I was hoping Juice Plus was the answer, and surprisingly, I think it was. And for me, I was post 2 babies. Let's just say the weight didn't come off as easy the second time as it did the first. I was busier. I had to look after 2 kids, so I was more tired. So yeah, I was lacking energy, lacking time to prepare food, everything. So like I said, we were just kind of in a rut. So when I decided that I was going to start trying the product, I said, well, if I'm trying it, he's trying it with me too, because everything's easier to do together, and it's easier if you're kind of both on the same page. So, and then I decided if we were both taking it, of course we wanted both of our kids to both be taking it. And then also, from my understanding initially, if weight loss was a goal, incorporating those shakes, the complete shakes, and using them as meal replacements, healthy snacks, pre-post workout, those were an important component. So I got started on the shakes. So after I thought to myself, capsules, me, him. I love the fact that our kids were free, but then adding in the shakes, I was like, this is getting a little bit pricey. So that's why I decided to sign up to be a distributor to help offset some of the costs for everything that I wanted to get started with. What about you?
Yeah, what made you? So Jason, I know
she made me start it, like she said before. Of course, yeah. Happy wife, happy life, I guess. Anyways, I was feeling really crappy with my arthritis and stuff like that, and I get, like, I have psoriatic arthritis, so it's kind of like a crippling one or whatever. So I suffer from serious joint pain, and at that point, I was suffering from it was pretty significant. So I wanted to try something other than what doctors prescribe, like Humira and methotrexate. I've been on methotrexate, didn't like it, so I was very hesitant to try and go back on something like that. So instead, Shar told me to kind of join up on this and start up Juice Plus because it's a natural solution, and that's what I was kind of going for. And I was like, well, how does fruit and vegetables really, really affect that? So it didn't really seem to do it at the start, but then as it progressed, because I don't know, as I started, I guess I didn't do it completely full time, but then I kind of started full time in January, I guess. And I noticed a huge change in my inflammation, ability to move when I got up in the morning, everything like that. So it was like, that was like the huge factor for me. And it was kind of, I guess that's my first part of the game changer, I guess. It did a lot for me in that way. I was able to, do stuff with my kids, and I had a lot more energy and stuff like that. And the fact that you're getting your fruits and vegetables incorporated right off the bat, it's fantastic. So that was a huge deal for me. It was like the game changer was arthritis and helping that. So.
And Nick, you said you were quite immobile, and now you're working out, and you're very active.
I get to go to the gym 5 days a week. I mean, I get to play with my kids. I golf. I take some of the protein bars with me when I golf. They're awesome in the golf bag. The shakes. Shar makes awesome smoothies in the morning. That's one of my favorite parts of the morning, is to have the smoothie right off the bat. For all you coffee lovers, coffee in your smoothies is fantastic. Use the vanilla. I love it.
Yay! And then you're a chef as well, so the Tower Garden made sense to you guys for that, right? Jason?
Yeah, I am a chef. I've been a chef since 2001. The fact that I have the Tower Garden and everything like that is incorporated in my own kitchen, and the fact that I can go there, snip off some basil. Oh. Are we out?
No, I can hear you. Just the picture keeps cutting out, but can you guys hear? Thumbs up. Are you still?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We could hear, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we got the Tower Garden, as you can see right here. And the fact that you can just, we have eggplants, we have zucchinis actually coming up now, so that's pretty exciting. And we have peppers, like full green peppers, and the red ones are about to turn red, so it's fantastic. Dill, basil, kale, like everything, and at my fingertips. I just walk over and snip some off every time I want to cook something with it, or make pesto or anything like that. It's right there. It's fantastic. So that was a big thing for me too, is the Tower Garden. That was a major part of Juice Plus. There's a lot of stuff, and I probably forget it. So
I know, and same with me, right? You tell your story, and then you're thinking, I could talk forever. I just love how, everybody's got a little bit of a different story, but I think what is common amongst everybody's story is maybe it wasn't something you were even looking for or realized that you were missing, but it's just such a simple way, right, to start your day. It's nothing crazy. You can feed it to your kids, like Jen and John talked about their little guy Noah, and then Charnel and Jason have two busy little kids too. So it's just awesome. And the Tower Garden too, everything just incorporates. And our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world and just bridging the gap. How many of you can honestly say, without your Juice Plus, you've had 3 different fruits and veggies today? By a show of hands.
3. I can't remember what I ate today.
Yeah, I got to start over here. Okay, hold your hand up. Anybody have 3 different fruits and veggies? Okay, 5.
I think I ate for dinner. Oh yeah,
tons of veggies.
Oh yeah.
7. And we're supposed to get 9 on a consistent basis, right? And I mean, that's just what this is. There are things, fruits and veggies on those lists that I've never even heard of, or definitely if I'm buying them, they're coming from someplace so far away that I'm definitely not getting the nutrition, even if I am buying it in the grocery store. Or maybe I just don't like it, right? We kind of stick to our typical fruits and veggies. So it's magical. Whether it's energy, which is just priceless, or whether it's, relief from something like the arthritis, which was debilitating. And I mean, you're young, not quite as young as us, but still pretty young. So.
Is that?
I like how you even put our ages in there, by the way.
So what I love is just that some people are definitely looking for the business, and then some of us, aren't. But it really is just that simple. What we've found is just that, let me just go ahead and switch here. Okay, thumbs up if you guys can see me here. It's not a bad thing. I get to see Charnel and Jason. Okay, so what I found, like I said, for myself, I was just getting started for the discount. The girlfriend that shared it with me just said, hey, if you sign up, it's $50 a year. I mean, you can buy lunch or you can buy your own virtual franchise. I definitely went like this and said, don't ever, ever, ever ask me to sell anything. But I did know some people who needed Juice Plus like I did. And I'm so grateful for the girlfriend that introduced it to me. And so all it is really in its most simplistic form is just more people inspiring healthy living around the world. It is this community of happy, healthy people all banding together, just saying, let's get more people feeling as good as we feel. I've heard people laugh and say, they go to their first Juice Plus event and they're like, is this a plastic surgery convention? Or, where I've never seen this many happy, healthy people in a room. Like, this can't be real. But it is, because like you heard tonight, people are feeling healthier. So hence they're probably going to be a little bit happier, right? I know I certainly, when I feel good on the inside, then I definitely am probably a happier person. I think like Jason said, happy wife, happy life. Definitely. I'm a better mom. I'm the best mom I can be when I'm healthy. And so sharing with friends and family, what does it look like? We don't carry product. We don't collect money from people. We just tell our stories like we're doing tonight. When people are ready to get started, I work my business from my phone. That's honestly what I do. We can place orders. The company ships our product for us. They collect payment from our customers. Anybody that decides that they also want to inspire healthy living and they want to join our team, our company pays them. And our paychecks are a reflection of the amount of people we've helped. And that's what I love about this. And so if it's something that interests you, just know that it's as much or as little as you want. Some people get started for the discount and that's all they ever do. You can change your mind at any time too. Some people decide, maybe I'll just share with a few friends and family. And then it can be upwards from there. At the top of our company, there are full medical benefits. And that's unheard of for a network marketing company. But this is a company that's been around for 40 years. With the same president, and his goal, his mission, was just to help as many people as possible to realize their dreams. And so I know for myself, I was an elementary school teacher for 10 years. I never thought that I wanted to do something like this. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. But as my little guy was kind of growing up a little bit, and I just realized that, maybe I do want a little something for myself, but I'm not willing to sacrifice that time with him. And I found that I get to work in stolen moments. I get to work when I want, where I want, who with. It's just the perfect fit for every and anybody. People who are too busy, this is the perfect fit. Because like I say, you can do as much or as little as you want. You never get demoted. The benefits are priceless. to be honest, it's a group of very healthy people, so they probably aren't spending a lot on those benefits. So I guess I could see why they would want to be giving that to their employees. But you feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself. I know I'm reaching so many more people than I could have in a classroom full of students. And it's just amazing. I mean, I know these are products that we're going to be on for the rest of our lives. So why wouldn't we want to share that with our friends and family? Jen, like you kind of heard a little bit of her story already. She was skeptical about the product and probably the business just as much so from the beginning. But I'll get her and John sort of to share what made you guys decide each to get started. And yeah, I think we'll do that first. Just what made you decide to pay the $50?
For me, it was, like I said in my product story, that in the first week I noticed a huge amount of energy. And I was like, there's no way that I'm ever going to be off of this. So why wouldn't I join the business and start sharing with other people if I'm feeling this great? I know there's lots of people, for example, in the teaching profession where we're all pretty tired and exhausted. So why wouldn't I share with them? And so then that's when I started up with the business, and kind of my plan was, I'll share with other people, but if anything else, I'll get at least a discount on my own product. So that was the reason why I got started.
Yeah, more or less, I kind of got dragged into it in a good way, though. When Jen started working, it started off kind of slow, but then she kind of hit a point where things really started to take off. And we realized that if we signed me up as a distributor underneath her, we could transfer a lot of the business that was coming through her down to me and end up getting myself promoted. So then we're getting a bonus for her, but then also that bonus that's being paid out to a distributor is being paid to me. So we figured,
ka-ching, ka-ching.
Yeah, why not catch both ends of that bonus if we can? And so we did. And originally it was started just as, more or less, I was a shell company when she started me, but I've since taken over and have now actually started to take somewhat of an interest in the business and try and go out there. I put myself out there a little bit to see what's happening, and I've gotten rejected more than I've been accepted, but I keep going and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Got some customers of his own, which he never ever thought he would do, but yeah.
Yay, and welcome to the club. Yeah, that's the thing by putting yourself out there, right? You really have to we like to say kind of open to a no, right? Go for no, we like to say, because, not everybody is ready right off the get-go. I know I wasn't. Jen said she wasn't. John, too. I mean, what I admire about you, John, is that regardless of, even if you, before you started in the business or even when you just signed up to help Jen, you've always supported her, which is huge. And you've gone to lots of events with her, and I mean, your willingness to work this together is what inspires me, because I don't know if it was yourself or Jason or Charnel, I think, was saying that, it's that much easier when you're doing it together, because it's a family affair then, right? Because you're doing it together. And I just love that, maybe you did get started kicking and screaming, like, oh, I don't want to do this. And Jen's like, give me your SIN number. And, what kind of positive benefits would you say either of you or together have experienced as a result of both of you being in this together?
Well, I think
that's the money.
Yeah. It goes closer as a team, like when we're doing things together, right? I'm not just doing I love the Juice Plus events, just learning more about our health, but that we do that together. It's not just me going out and doing this with a bunch of other people, which is okay too, but it's nice to do it as a team. And then the other thing, what was the other thing? Now I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. It strengthens our relationship when we do these things together. And I think when I started out the Juice Plus business, I was just initially just looking for a discount, and I was also that, like, I'm not going to be a salesperson. I never imagined myself in a network marketing company. But once I started, working towards the next promotion, it's kind of just given us, it's starting to pay close to paying for our product, which we have everything. We have 2 trio capsule orders. We have a tower garden over there.
Woohoo!
We have the bars and the shakes. So we are all in. We love all the products. And, we're growing our business to a point where we're paying for almost all of that. And the bigger vision is that I see us, hopefully eventually paying for our mortgage and not having to worry about that aspect, and being able to travel and give Noah the opportunity of traveling, which I never got to do as a kid, and I want to be able to give those things to Noah. So just seeing the bigger picture that eventually this could be, a retirement income, and not having to, worry about that down the road.
Yeah, and really with this business, we're still new in it, so obviously we have a long ways to go, but really the sky is the limit. There is really no cap on this thing. You can go as much into it as you want to, and you'll get back exactly what you put into it. So we have that opportunity that, if we want to take this far and above, we could get to that position where you're at now, Kareen, where you are making enough income that you don't have to go back to your job. And when your maternity was over, you don't have to go back. Or other people that are doing very well and said, you know what, why not do this full time? Because I can. And then, you have that opportunity to stay home with your family, to go out and do the things that you want to do, to travel, whatever, pay for your kids' education, whatever it is, whether it be experiences or things, whatever you want to do, you have that option with this company. It's just whether you want to do it or not. And some people are perfectly fine, just, pay for my product, and that's fine. And that's where we're at right now. But we know that the opportunity is there, and there is the option for us that we can go and do as much or as little with this company as we want to.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the freedom of choice, right? If we both want to keep our jobs and have that as an extra income to travel or whatever, then we could do that. If one of us wants to retire, then we could do that. It's ultimately whatever we want to do with it, that we could do it together, and it's possible. And if we don't some months, then we could take it easy. It's not a big deal. It's as much or as little as we want.
Oh, I'm not going to apologize for crying, but I have to say, honestly, that's why we do what we do, because it is choice. I chose to be a stay-at-home mom, but I was missing something. And it was the choice. It was still that, because I felt like, I guess I just didn't realize there was anything that would fit with that and still allow us to travel and still allow us to do those things. So for us, it's just those little extras. And I would love for my husband to be able to cut back at work. That's my ultimate goal. But yeah, having those full medical benefits, almost replacing my full-time teaching income while being home every single day. This is work. This is just crazy. And I absolutely love what I do. And I'm so grateful that I get to share it with people like Jen and John, and know that, John, you said it perfectly, that the sky's the limit. It's whatever you want it to be. And I didn't know Charnel and Jason actually before Juice Plus, but Charnel, like she said, I had shared with actually a friend of a friend. I didn't know her girlfriend Amanda either, and had shared it with Charnel. And I also admire you guys, because like I said, I see this as something that I would love to do with my husband. And I see, Jason was that one supporting you right from the start, but now it's magical seeing you guys working together. So what made you guys decide to get started? Each of you.
Hold on. So like I said, like most people, we just signed up for the discount at the beginning. But then all of a sudden, Amanda convinces me, let's do this. Let's get you your promotion. So I went for it. So within my first 30 days, I got fast track to VF, which is one of our positions in our company. And you earn not only your commissions from the product, but you earn retail profits. So all of a sudden I get my first paycheck and I was like, whoa, like where did this come from? And then I started telling Jay about the paychecks I was getting. So that was just kind of an eye opener, and I was kind of like, whoa, this is great. So after that, we just kind of said, if we can keep this momentum going, Jay and I, we're always taking second jobs, like doing this, doing that. A second job meant being away from our family and being away from each other. So if we could do this together and with our family and make that extra income, that was really appealing to us. And another thing that was really appealing to us too was we realized quickly that you aren't working hour for hour for each dollar for dollar that you're making, and that our paychecks are 100% a reflection of how many people we're sharing this product with and how many people we could be changing their health, their lives, anything. So that was something that was appealing to us. And then after going to our first couple events, again, quickly, like you touched on, Corrine was saying, you meet the people involved in the business. You see how happy people are. You follow people on Facebook and see how vibrant their lives are. And you're thinking, I want to be a part of this too. So that part was really great for us as well.
You guys are all making me cry tonight. Okay. And Jason, what made you decide? I mean, like John, were you just one like, okay, if it means, helping you, or
Yeah,
what?
well, I mean, at the start, it's exactly the same story. I mean, Shar just threw me in there to get a promotion or whatever, but then I started to get involved with it. And I mean, I really believe in the product. I love the product and stuff. So it kind of was a huge deal for me. And I think she took me to that one event it was like, I think Paul Stricker was there, Dr. Paul Stricker. And that was kind of a huge game changer, listening to him speak, and then Farmer Joe and going on about the Tower Garden. And then I guess I got my promotion, and then we got to go to Banff, and that was the ultimate one for me. That was really got me going and motivated. So when I got back, it was kind of game on. Let's get people started on this. So that was a huge factor for me, was going to those. Oh, and then who did?
I was just getting him to mention how, he didn't even know all about the business quite yet. We went to an event and he gets called up on stage to get recognized for the work. Got a pin for the work that he's put into it. So he was I think he was amazed at that too, just seeing that sometimes at your own job that you put in, your life's work into, you don't even get that recognition from that. So that was something that was really nice too.
And the fact that you can make a career out of this and be able to have that time freedom to, wake up in the morning and be like, do I have to really go to work? Well, no, I don't. I can just, relax and spend that extra time and make breakfast for my kids and stuff like that. And I mean, that's just awesome for me. And the fact that you can get full benefits out of it and a retirement plan, I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. Just the fact, this time freedom is a major thing for me, and travel and stuff like that. So I want my kids to see everything, and I got to travel a lot when I was a kid, but camping was everything, and that's a big deal to me. So the fact that it could happen, and that's what we're working for, so I love it.
And Charnel, you kind of touched upon recently just the amount of change just even in the last year alone. I mean, like you were saying, you guys weren't traveling, you weren't doing any of those things. And I mean, just in the last month or two, you guys have been Banff together.
Vegas.
Yeah,
we went to Vegas. Just kind of worked out that right around the time we were going to Vegas, we got a big bonus for making our promotions, and I was like, Michael Kors, here I come.
She was Chippendales,
whatever. And we had lots of fun, and we got to go with our friends. Like my best friend, her and I have wanted to go on a vacation together for years, and the answer always was, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. It just isn't working. And then we got this opportunity. Yeah, we were able to say yes, and that felt good. And, you know, even just being the girl that I am and working in the career that I do as an esthetician, I like all the finer things in life. I like getting my nails done. I like getting my eyelashes done. So again, being able to do those things without feeling guilty, like like I'm taking money away from my kids, or, you know, so that's been nice, you know, to be able to say yes to vacations or things that you maybe wouldn't have been able to before.
Oh, I love it. And honestly, to me, it's like, it's the heart. I see it, you know, like, obviously the money is nice, like you said, but it's what the money provides, because my husband, you know, has a great career and he definitely takes care of us, and I'm so grateful for that. But it's nice to have those little extras and know that where it's coming from is helping people, but also that, you know, it just makes you a happier person knowing that you're helping other people. And so I'm sure, I mean, I know I've heard these stories already before, and it just touches my heart every single time. So I really appreciate everybody taking their time, and Jen and John and Charnel and Jason. It means the world. It's, you know, somebody else was brave enough to share with you, and maybe somebody listening tonight is thinking, do you know what? Maybe this is the first time I'm hearing about Juice Plus, or maybe, you know, maybe I've heard about it before, and maybe it's about timing. Maybe this isn't the right time, and that's okay too. Or maybe you're ready to get started on the products. Maybe something about the capsules or chewables, or, you know, obviously this blatant advertising on the Tower Garden, or the shakes or bars made sense. And maybe even, you know, you decide that, you know what, it's $50. What do I have to lose? Know that you have a whole community of people that are here to support you in whatever it is. We're all here, and we just want more people on this mission to inspire healthy living. So I'm going to thank you guys for joining.